Hello and welcome to the Mediocre Moms podcast. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Kate.
And we are here to be your girlfriends. And we want to give a great big welcome to our inaugural podcast. Very first one out the gate. We're going to be a little rough, and that's okay.
So I think we were going to start a bit about who we are. And I'll be really honest, I think this episode is going to have exactly 2 views, just me and you. But maybe someday when we're better at this and more people are viewing, I know when I start watching a new podcast, I pick a kind of recent episode. If I really like it, I go back and watch episode 1 to learn more about the host and stuff. So I'm kind of expecting more of that kind of listener that's from the future traveling back in time to listen to this.
Welcome to the past, future listener.
Yeah.
All right, who's going to do the intro first?
I was just talking to you, go Lisa.
Okay. All right. I'm Lisa. I live right on the New Jersey and Pennsylvania border, right there. I have been married for 13 years and counting. We have 2 beautiful little girls. Abby is 7 and Hannah is 4. And I am a working mom. Right now I have 2 jobs. I work by day. I am a daycare provider. And by night, I am a badass realtor, or at least I am in my mind. I'm brand new at it. But if you're here and you're looking, give me a shout and I will hook you up.
I'm so impressed at all the different things you do. And I'm Kate. So I am originally from New Jersey. Went up to Boston for school and then San Francisco, California after that. And then went away to spend a year traveling Italy and ended up getting married. That was in 2010. And so stayed in Rome for 13 years, 2010 to 2013.
Yep, that's 13.
I'm legally separated now, and I'm sort of another life chapter just this past summer. And of course, this is our November first episode. Just this past summer, me and the kids, I skipped them. me and the kids moved to Switzerland to be with my long distance boyfriend, who's Swiss. Never thought I'd end up in Switzerland, but I do really like it here. And filling in that little gap there, I also have 2 kids right around the same age as Lisa's. Aurora just turned 8, and Lavinia just turned 5. And of course, they came. They were born in Italy because that's where we were living, and now they're international little babies living in
Kate
Switzerland.
did the unthinkable and had her babies days apart. She has.
Yeah. I don't want to have their identities stolen, but their birthdays are just a few days apart. Mine is in the middle, and it's a very stressful week.
Yes. But you're lucky because you just have that one stress week and then you're done and then it's over.
Yeah, it really kind of defines that month. Doing that's birthday month.
Yeah. Abby and Hannah are about their birthdays, not their ages, but their birthdays are about 3 months apart. Mm-hmm. And so I go into Abby's first. It's stressful. We get it done. I take a breath and then I turn around. I'm like, shit, now I have to do Hannah's birthday with just as much enthusiasm as Hannah's, as Abby's.
In Italy, there isn't very much of an RSVP culture. So I did a combined birthday. And again, you never know. Is 2 kids coming or is the whole class coming? Is the whole class coming with both mom and dad and a sibling? So I have really no idea if I should expect 10 people or 60 people. And we did a couple in an indoor place, but most of the time we did it outside in a park. Just got a ton of food and stuff. I make the desserts because I like to bake, and I think it's really cool to make the American kind of desserts when you're not in America. It has extra kind of cool factor.
Yeah.
So we would quote, I'm holding up air quotes even this is a podcast, cater the food, which means getting slices of pizza and the typical Italian birthday food, which is the little triangle sandwiches. It's little it's pizza In Italy, pizza, there's by the slice pizza, which is very regional and normally like served in like square pieces, and you eat that at lunch, and it doesn't really matter if it's hot or cold. And then there's round pizza, which is just for dinner traditionally, and it's in a wood oven that they only heat up in the evening. So for birthdays, it's the square, like by the slice pizzas, and we get a bunch of those and have them cut up. I always like to have beer because I think that's a nice courtesy to provide for the
I
parents.
agree.
Yeah. And yeah, and I've always, I work really hard. So when the day actually comes, I enjoy drinking the beers with the dads. The moms aren't as much drinkers in Italy. But so yeah, this year in Switzerland, you don't invite the whole class. You invite like just a few kids. A lot of people have told, like, a couple people told me, like, if it's like their 5th birthday, you invite like 5 friends, and then you keep going up. And so I did 2 parties, which was harder.
Yeah.
And like the bar is higher. Like if you have a party for
Yeah.
like unknown amount of people outside in the park, like the bar is low,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like if you're inviting over like 6 kids to your house, like you feel like you've like have entertainment like activities lined up. So it was different. The 2 activities I did were like the 2 messiest things you could possibly think about. Though I did the exact same for both kids.
Yeah.
So like the first part is like a nice dress rehearsal for the second. We did cookie decorating.
Okay.
Which I know, with like sprinkles and like different tubes of color frosting, like the messiest thing almost the messiest thing. For our second activity, we did sand art,
Oh my
which is
gosh.
possibly the only thing messier than cookies. But I think I did a good job.
You did a great job. I saw the pictures. They were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so like maybe we could talk about like being mediocre moms, because like
Yeah.
I think we're trying just like so hard all the time to be like at the line, at the bar, like to
Yes.
not be bad at this.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I there are so many times I feel like the bar is just set so high, and I look at it, I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I
I
can't do
mean,
that.
I tell myself everyone has different priorities, right? So like you
Totally.
might look at my family traveling a lot and be like, oh my gosh, like whatever, but that's like a priority for us.
Yeah.
And also we just like, we have to travel to see our family.
Mm-hmm.
But I see like one of my cousins is like a teacher, and they do all the crafts,
Yeah.
and all the seasonal stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, how on earth do you find time? Like barely am like finding time to do the minimum, like homework and baths and basic hygiene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When are you doing crafts? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. There are other moms I look at, and they're involved in this and involved in that. And I'm just like, I don't have time for any of this. I have 2 jobs. I'm trying to juggle 2 kids, 2 jobs, a husband, a mortgage. I'm also a fur mom to Peekaboo, my dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have a fur baby as well, Stella, cat.
Yes. And I'm just like, I just don't have the time. And Abby now is at the age she's starting to get her own social calendar a little bit. Like we do CCD, and she does Girl Scouts now, so that's going to be more than just me.
She just joined Girl Scouts.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah. And I'm just like, I can't do it all. I want to do it all, and I just want to make sure I'm giving my kids memories.
Yeah,
That's what's important to me. Is I'm trying to give them memories. Like this summer.
And to be fair, like to the non-working moms,
yeah,
I think everyone I know at least has something happening, going on. You know?
Yeah.
And then like, I think you feel even more pressure, to be like, well, if number one is being a mom and I don't have a 40-hour a week job, I gotta do all the stuff. I gotta be like super. I think there's even more pressure then. But I think it's probably worth talking about, saying like the mediocre moms. First of all, we thought of like a million things, but we are not the first 2 mom friends to think like, let's make a thing. So it was a lot of competition for names.
Yep.
And this was one, like, it's not like we're the first person to come up with it, but doesn't seem like it's anything similar. No other podcasts, nothing really active right now. So I think we're good. Apologies if you are finding this because Mediocre Moms was your thing. Because we tried really hard to think of something. We're sorry.
Well, you know what? If you hear it and you have a thing called Mediocre Moms, great minds think alike.
Yeah, great minds think alike. let's join forces. Let's not be
Exactly.
competitors. Yeah.
Exactly. We're
And yeah,
going
I know for me it was important that like we had a title that came across right away. We are not here to give parenting advice. We're
no,
here to like for support and
totally.
yeah, and like friendship support for other moms. Like although
Yeah,
actually like I don't want to undersell you because you do actually work in childcare.
I do.
But
I
still
do. It's
I don't want to be like another mom on the
mhm.
internet telling other moms how to mom.
No,
Do not want to be that. Like,
I don't
yeah.
like I don't like doing it in my job either.
Yeah.
At my job, I see so many parenting choices that I'm like, huh, I would not have made that choice.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not too judgmental, but it's hard
Yeah.
not to sometimes.
I mean, I think that's human
Yeah.
nature too, is
Yeah.
that you can, I don't know, like conditioned to judge. But I try very hard to step back and be like, well, I don't know the morning this mom
Mm.
has had. I had one mom, it was Friday. She walks in, for context, right now, the age group I work with is between about 18 months to 3 years old.
Mm.
So
Little
they are
ones.
little and they are energetic and they have big emotions. And
It's like my least favorite age.
yeah, I
They're
didn't,
like, yeah.
I didn't mind going through it with my own kids. I mind it. I guess I shouldn't say it. I mind it at work because it's more intense. But I had a mom walk in with her son and she was holding him and she put him down and she goes, "Here, he's yours. I'm done." And I was like, "Okay."
Uh,
And I was like, I could tell what kind of morning she had. And I was like, "Don't
yeah.
worry, we got it."
I would not judge that mom. I'd be
Nope.
like, I see you. I
Yeah,
see you.
exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So I mean, yeah, more like mornings and the evenings are definitely like the least fun time to be a mom.
Yep.
And they're like the times there's like no getting out of it. There's no there's no daycare. There's no
No.
calling out. Like that's the
Yeah.
time that we really, really get stuck with. The mornings and the
I
evenings. It is the worst, least
do you have
pleasant
a
time.
do you have a preference of like the best of the where's it the best of
Best
the
of the
worst?
worst.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, on a weekend when we don't have a schedule, mornings are really nice. They're definitely their
Totally.
attitude is the best. If we can
Yep.
like just chill out,
Yep.
I really enjoy morning if we're not in a rush to get anywhere. Um, although my partner now is like super outdoorsy, so like if it's
Yeah.
a weekend day and it's sunny, he's like, "Why aren't we all like outside dressed and hiking right now?"
Oh
So there
Jesus.
isn't like we don't really have those lazy mornings so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the night is worse because then they're tired and
Yeah.
they're it's harder.
I don't like the mornings.
Mm.
Right now my morning routine is I have to be at work at 7:30. My husband is supposed to be at work at 7, but that for me that means that we're out the door by 6:50 a.m. And usually my husband and I mean,
Do you
I'm
all leave at
blessed.
the same time?
Uh-huh. So then he's supposed to be at work at 7, but he's leaving at 6:50 with me. So then it takes him 20 minutes, so then he's 10 minutes late to work every day.
Mhm.
But he's the boss. So, you
Yeah.
know. But so
I
we're
think
out the
if you're
door.
there every single day at 7:10,
Yeah.
like you're not late anymore. That's just
No.
the time you come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate it because I'm waking them up very early and I'm trying to be as super gentle and as super nice as I can be. And I'm met with attitude every morning.
Hmm.
And that's frustrating. And Friday, was it Friday? No, it was Monday. It was Monday. Um, my husband's like, I was late to work yesterday. I can't be late again. And I'm trying to rush out the door. I've got two kids in the car, and our driveway is it's not very wide. It is wide enough for one car, and people think I'm lying when I say it's about as wide as a parking spot, but I'm not lying. It's about as wide as a parking spot. So we have to stack our cars one behind the other.
Hmm.
So I was at the bottom, which means he couldn't get out because of my car. So I'm rushing to get two kids in the car, get them settled, and it's dark. It's 6:50
He
in the
could
morning.
move your car.
He
I'm
could have.
sorry.
He could
He
have.
could move you onto the street because I know your street. Like you can street
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
Like he could have moved you out in the street and done that
Yeah.
for you
He
and
could have.
just left.
He could have. But I went and I'm like at my car door and I'm saying, "Bye, babe. Love you." And I open the car door and bam, I whack myself in the face with I had a big cut down my face.
Holy shit.
And I was like,
Sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't curse.
trying not to I'm trying not to cry in my car, and Abby's like, "Are you okay, mommy? Are you, oh, my poor mommy." I'm like, "I'm fine."
Oh.
And then the whole drive to work, I'm like, "This is going to swell up and bruise. I know it." And
Yeah,
it
because
did.
like you should be icing it now, not
Yep.
when you're driving.
It didn't. It swelled up a little bit. I noticed because it's my face. I don't think anybody else noticed. They noticed the cut.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then yesterday was Saturday, and that was the worst day because you could tell it was. We could tell it was starting to bruise, but like an old bruise, it came out yellow.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
when I saw my brother yesterday, I was telling Kate before recording. We went to Bacon Fest, which is near, and my brother had to come out for Bacon Fest. So he was like, "What's on your? You're all yellow." And I was like, "Yeah, I whacked myself in the face with the car door."
Ouch.
So
Yeah.
that's a level of mediocrity we have going on in my house.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm physically
and
hurting
like,
myself in our morning routine.
and it's like you should have iced that, and you
I
like,
should
but
have.
like if you have the context of the rest of the story, it's like you were already late. You got to go.
I was already late. I had to drop Abby up
Not
before
as bad as
care.
dooring yourself in the face, but lighting birthday candles. And I know I'm not trying to deflect blame here, but
No.
I was given a lighter that wasn't like a regular lighter. It was like a propane lighter. Like, do you
Oh,
know the kinds like the blue flame? And it's like
yeah, I think so.
I shouldn't use my hands because this is a podcast, but it's got like a long blue flame.
Yeah.
And I like burnt my finger pretty bad. But
Oh
like
no.
this is like a 5-year-old's birthday party. We've just gathered all of the 4 and 5-year-olds, and I've lit like the first 1 or 2 candles. Am I gonna go walk away and put my finger under cold water for 2 minutes?
No.
No,
No. No.
no, no. The effort has gone into gathering all the kids. We've lit
Oh
the
yeah.
first like 1 or 2 candles. I can't walk away and
No,
go
because
treat this burn. And it was
gathering the
pretty
kids is like
gross.
herding cats.
Yeah, yeah. Even when they're older, and then still like you gotta. I learned this like the very first time I had a birthday party. My oldest didn't get a birthday party the first couple of years for different reasons. When we had a wedding to go to the next year, I was in the hospital having a miscarriage, and finally, like the third time, she got a party. Her baby sister was like 2 days old.
I remember that.
There at
I
the
remember.
party, and
I
I
was like,
realized like once you put out the cake, that needs adult. The cake needs adult supervision nonstop because the kids.
yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I don't want to judge the moms, but like, if my kid stuck a finger in someone else's birthday cake,
Oh. Oh, I'd
I
be
would hit
pissed.
them. I don't
Yeah.
believe in hitting, but I would be so angry. I would, and like,
Oh, and
but this is
embarrassed.
apparently, yeah, I would, but yeah, there's so many kids that are like, just like little zombies. They see that pretty colorful cake, and they're just
Yeah.
like, they have to touch it. And so, yeah, once you like take out the cake, you cannot take eyes off it, or you have to have another grown up like
Oh.
babysitting the cake because kids are disgusting little monsters.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. Oh no, they are. They are. We
Yeah.
went when we were at Bacon Fest yesterday. My girls had to get their face painted, and Hannah, my youngest, of course, picked the most elaborate of the face paints.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let's just do a little something under your cheek or just a little like rainbow on your forehead going down, which is what her sister got. No, Hannah picked like almost full face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we get home and I hear her calling from the bathroom. So I go upstairs and she's trying to wash her hands. Her hands are wet. And I could tell her she took her wet hands and she touched her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I saw it and I'm like, I'm not freaking out. I'm like, okay, let's finish with the hands. And then we'll go on to step 2, which is the face.
Yeah. No one knows how to prioritize like a mom.
No. So she looks at her hands that are wet and she's like, oh, she doesn't like having her hands dirty. Takes her fucking hand and wipes it on the cream wall. And she had black outline because she was some type of, I don't know, fairy tiger. I don't know what she was.
Fairy tiger.
I don't know. So I was there and I don't know what she, and now I have got black on the wall. And I was like, you little shit. So I quick wiped the wall down and I looked at her and I said, you want to take your makeup off? She's like, yep. 7 makeup towelettes later, it was off. But yeah, no, they're just, I'm like, why would you take your hands and wipe the wall? Not a towel.
I mean,
not to grab some toilet paper. No.
The mind of a child.
Ew, what's on my hand? Wipe it on the wall. The cream wall. It's cream.
Well,
Not by choice. I still haven't painted their bathroom.
yeah. Just make sure you go for the washable,
Yes.
the glossy one.
Oh, well, according to my husband, I'm not allowed to pick paint anymore. Because the one time he sent me to get paint, and he goes, and I swear, we're having an argument, and I swear to God, he said, tell them that you're painting a hallway and ask what they recommend, and then get the type that they recommend.
Hmm.
Pick the color. I go up. What kind is good for a hallway? They're like, well, this. And I said, okay. And I came home. He's like, what the fuck is this? And then I said, it's paint. He goes, I told you to get this. I said, no, you told me to get what they recommended. This is what they recommended. So he doesn't like it. He's like, I want to repaint our hallway, which is a massive
So
job.
it's like too glossy or too matte, or is it like an
It's too,
outdoor paint?
no, I think it's too glossy.
Okay.
Because like he says, and my husband's very much a perfectionist. He says he
Hmm.
could see the roller lines. I can't.
Did you
So
guys do 2 coats or 1 coat?
I don't paint. He paints.
Okay. I
Hold
paint.
on a second. Hold on a second. He can hear us. No, I'm not.
Deny everything.
Yeah. Was it? But yeah, so he didn't like it. So we have to repaint, which is a big job. Because
Mhm.
I have a townhouse and we're doing the hallway and I want all the hallways the same color. So that's a big job.
Yeah, so I rented for so many years from,
Yeah.
when I went away to college at 17 until after I was married.
Yeah.
And I was so ready to like pick out paint colors, so excited to not have white walls.
Yeah.
I didn't go super crazy. Like I picked like kind of like a very light brown for the kitchen, like a kind of like a cappuccino-y color,
Mm-hmm.
and like super, super, super light purple for the bedroom. And the girls' room was green because I had a forest theme. Um, I was so excited about that. But then, like, now that I'm actually renting again when I moved to Switzerland, and yeah, I'm kind of glad it's not my job anymore. Like, I still have white walls. Actually, they're not my background, but it's the thing. I love this apartment, but it's the one thing that I hate is that
Yeah.
it has like 70s textured walls.
Oh.
But like it's like a 5-year-old building. It's not like it's actually 70s. It's new construction.
Is that what's on trend in Switzerland right now?
It must be, but I don't understand how or why.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, actually, that is exactly what my partner said when I first like saw the walls, and it was like when we first walked into this apartment, I was like, "Oh no, deal breaker! Look at
Yeah.
this!"
No.
And he was like, "That's all new buildings are like that." And I'm like, "Really? Ugh."
I shouldn't have to worry about cutting myself on the wall.
Okay, like I don't want to show like my mess, but like, sorry for the non-video watchers, but can you see? All right, can you see the texture?
No.
It's so textury. Oh, okay. But I'll do some ASMR. Did that come through?
That came through.
So textured. Uh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh well. Okay, so should we actually move on to the topic of today's podcast, which was
Yes.
going to be like adult
Yeah.
friendships
Yes.
and also long distance friendships because that's what we are.
Yes.
With Lisa being in New Jersey and me being
Yeah.
in Europe,
What
Italy
I
until
mean,
the summer, now Switzerland.
we're just an ocean away.
Yeah, it's just a bit far away. It's um, the distance is obviously hard, but the time difference is even a bigger deal.
Yes. I would say
And
that's the
yeah,
that's the worst. I remember
yeah,
when Kate and I were talking about starting to have phone calls once a week. I actually made a chart of what time it was in New Jersey and what time it was at the time she was in Rome, what time it is in Rome. And I looked
yeah,
for what's the non-crazy hours we can be talking to each other.
yeah. So backstory. So how long ago was that? Was that pre-COVID that we started our weekly calls?
No.
It was early COVID then.
Yeah.
It's like 2020 or so. We've been
Because
doing it for a long time.
I remember we started it when you first confided in me that you were going to
Oh,
separate.
I think you're right. I think when
I remember.
yeah, you were such a good friend.
I
Wow.
remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because I remember where
You're
we
right.
were. We were at Billy's Downtown Diner, which is a great diner when we were eating outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I told you and Allison together.
No,
Allison's my
separately.
college friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's
we can
awesome.
talk about divorce maybe another day because that's a big topic to get
That
into.
is a big topic to unpack.
Um, yeah,
But
you are such a good friend that yeah, you I mean, I think we'd always wanted to talk more. Everyone always wants to talk more with their
mm-hmm,
friends. Like I can
mm-hmm.
name other like you're my
Yeah.
best friend, but like I can name lots of other
Yeah.
friends. Like I wish I saw them
Yeah.
more. Even new friends here in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually did it. You actually said, "I'm going to wake up early on Sunday mornings."
It's not, I mean, I wake up for our calls at 7 a.m. I don't think that's that, or right now my alarm goes off every day at 4:45. So for during the week,
Crazy.
I have to have,
So crazy
well,
to
maybe
me.
morning routine should be another topic
Yeah, morning
one
routine is
day.
another topic.
Morning
I mean,
routine.
if I got up at 4 o'clock, I would be so dead by bedtime because I'm already dead at bedtime.
So I just discovered the key to this. We'll talk about morning routine another day,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to tell you my key is that when I get up early so I can be at work early because I have to leave early to get
Yeah,
my daughter off the bus.
sure.
And I get her off the bus and I get her home and I get snacks for her and her sister. And then I have what I call secret nap time. And I set my
Okay.
alarm and I try to take a nap for 30 minutes. It's not always 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
First time I did it, the kids left me alone, but my fur baby was up my ass,
Oh
whining.
gosh.
But I tried, and I try every day to take at least a 30-minute nap. It doesn't always happen, but I have nap time. 3:30 to 4 in my house for me is nap
Wow.
time during the
Okay.
week.
Yeah, my fur baby has been disturbing our sleep more than my human babies recently, and it's becoming a bit of an issue. It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, she's really like she's a cat, and she's like my partner's like making fun of me like that my nightstand has nothing on it, like because she knocks over everything on it because she knows it works, it gets us up.
Yep.
Um, she gets real mouthy. Meow 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 meow. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
Oh, we're talking. Yeah.
About how what a great friend you are. That you,
Yes.
I forgot that it was motivated by like
Yeah, I remember that because I
my
remember thinking.
situation.
I remember asking you. So, what do you need right now? How can I help? I know I'm far away, and you're like, I just need a friend. Done.
It was a hard time.
Done. I'm here.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
but you are very like a special person that you like actually did it. You weren't just like, well, I'm here when you need me.
No.
You know, you really like were like, I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. on Sundays so we can have a phone call. It's like
Yeah.
very special, Lisa. Very, very special of you. And so yeah, we've been doing that for years because yeah, I kicked my ex out of the house more than 2 years ago. But the difficult time was planning it and deciding and planning it was the really difficult time.
Yeah.
But again, not to we can save divorce for like another episode.
We'll save it
but,
for our divorce episode.
Yeah, this is our adult friendship episode.
Yes. Yes. But like, I think just doing that helped. Having like we put it in our calendar. Every
yeah, it's a standing thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
And,
listeners. I have ADHD, so I will be fidgeting and moving the way my legs are a lot. So I apologize.
Yeah. Well, speaking of how we're sitting, I'm sitting in yoga ball. So if you ever hear like a noise, just please give me the benefit of the doubt that it's a yoga ball. I don't know if that picked up on the mic or not.
No, it did. It did. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay, good.
We got it.
Okay, yeah.
No, but we put it in our calendar. We made it a designated time. There have been moments in the past where we've texted each other. Hey, it's not going to work today, or I have to like leave the call early or whatever, and we're both very accommodating.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like lots of time, like I was visiting my now partner, my then long distance boyfriend, and sometimes I would talk to you for like 5 minutes and be like, "Hey, hello from like literally if Christmas was a town."
I remember that you were like, You're
Yeah.
like, I'm in Switzerland with Peter, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't, you didn't tell me.
I
And then you're
didn't.
like,
I
no,
probably.
no, no, wait. And you ran outside. You're like, look at this mountain. I have to show you
Yeah.
this mountain.
That's
It's
that's now
amazing.
I know it's the town of Andermatt, which is like an Alp
Yeah.
town, and very like resorty, very ski
Oh,
touristy place, and yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful
I
place.
can't
Yeah,
wait for you to hopefully share pictures on our Instagram of the
yeah,
Christmas, and I just imagine it's going to be beautiful.
yeah. Well, I won't be here for Christmas, but I'll be here for December and stuff, and
No, but I'm just thinking like December,
yeah,
like the way maybe the town decorates or the
yeah. I'm
mountains,
excited
like
too.
that's going to be beautiful. And I hope you share pictures with our
I'm very
mamas.
excited because I lived in Italy the past 13 years, and then I was in California, Central California,
Hmm.
for like some years before that. So I haven't like been in like a place that gets winter since I was in college,
Yeah.
like 2007 or so. Like I was in Boston. We got real winters in Boston.
I
I
would
think
say
we're
you
gonna
probably,
get real winters here in
yeah, I
Switzerland.
think so.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
curious to hear
yeah.
how the Swiss schools handle it because they're
Oh,
probably more resilient to it.
I don't know if it's a German expression or Swiss expression, but they say like there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing.
Oh, Jesus.
So I think the expectation is
Yeah.
you roll with the bad
Yeah.
weather. Yeah,
Snowshoe to school, kids.
yeah. That reminds me. I have to try
Get
on
some.
my kids' snow gear and
Yeah.
get new stuff if we need it. No.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So many years I've like gotten snow gear for the
Yeah.
kids in anticipation of because actually in Italy we're not that in Rome we were not that far from what's called like the Alpinini, like as the Alps, as a mountain chain gets farther south, it gets smaller, and in Italy it's the Alpinini, or in
Like,
southern Italy, middle
yeah.
central Italy, so northern Italy you have the real Alps, but
Okay.
um, it's like the little Alps, and you can ski. Like it's a 40-minute drive from Rome, and you can ski. If you go
Wow.
east, 40-minute west, you're at the beach. Rome is really nicely located city.
Nice.
And every year I was like so sure we were gonna like bring the kids, and I made sure they had snow gear and like
Never happened.
never, never. Yeah. Maybe I'd bring it to New Jersey, thinking it's
Yeah.
gonna snow. We're home for Christmas, and maybe snowed once.
Yeah.
Just every year, over and over again. Like, oh yeah, because the kids love snow, being like little Italian kids. So like,
Yeah.
it's very special to them. Uh, but this year, for sure, that we live literally like in the Swiss Alps, deep in the Alps. Like
Yeah.
my partner will say, like the mountainside, like and I like give him a look, and it's like we are literally surrounded 360 degrees by mountains.
Yeah.
We're in a valley.
Yeah.
Even in the direction of the lake, it's like I have to use my hands. The audio listeners, like mountain, like lake goes around the mountain, then other mountain, like
Yeah.
but all mountains, all sides. Sorry, what am I talking about? We're talking about friendships.
Yeah. Mamas, just get ready.
Yeah,
You're gonna go on these we're gonna go on these
yeah.
tangents and these journeys, and I just come along for the ride. I hope
Yeah,
you enjoy it.
I really appreciate talking with other mothers and people with kids. Like you can have a
Yeah.
conversation and you have to like stop mid sentence and like answer your kid's question and then come back and finish your first sentence.
Yep.
Because like other like moms and parents like that's normal. That's totally fine. But like, when you talk to people without kids,
Mm-hmm.
it's they you can see in their faces that they do not think that's normal.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. And I don't know, just I think having specifically mom friends is just so important because they get it.
Yeah.
They get how much Coco Melon sucks, but the kids love it.
Yeah.
But it
It can buy you
sucks.
some time.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not even such like bad screen time because like they're learning songs, they're learning the alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. My husband and I are going through Kate knows we've been going through the YouTube. Um, my 7-year-old she acts like it's a drug when we
yeah.
take it
YouTube
away. And
is kind of like a drug.
she watches the stupidest shit. But then there are days I catch her and like she's learning about different dog breeds, which is
Yeah,
that's
that's
okay. Or she's
yeah.
learning. She watched one whole video about an animal rescue group that took it in a wild hurt seal, rehabilitated it, and re-released it to the wild.
That's
That's
like really cool.
fantastic. But then
Yeah,
she's watching what the princesses would look like if they have babies. No. I'm not.
Uh-huh.
So like
Yeah.
other moms like
It's
get this balance that
uh
you're fighting for. And
yeah.
like sometimes I've had other moms who've given me like really good advice. It's been lovely and wonderful. And even if it's advice that I don't take,
Can you hear the screaming in the
I
background?
can.
They were playing really nice.
Yeah.
Um
Mine I
and
think are separated. I
okay,
think.
let's take a 1 minute break. We'll
Sure. Well, yeah, we
hear
take a
from our
break.
sponsor. No, just kidding, we're not sponsors. Let's just take a 1 minute
We will
break.
promote anything and everything. Please send
Hey,
us a
no, no,
hat.
no. Oh no, we have integrity.
We do we?
So yes,
I'm all
send us your free stuff, and then and then we'll decide what to sponsor. Okay, no, no, 1 minute break, real
okay.
quick. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, it was just part of the game. They like to play like baby and mommy and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
sometimes there's a lot of crying and screaming in those games.
I mean, I've played the baby mommy game with my own children. And yes,
hmm
there's a lot of crying.
Now
Mm.
yours have picked up
Yep.
the baton.
Yeah. Well, I just see my 4-year-old and she's rolling around on the couch, just I think roaring like a lion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I only feel, you know what? I feel bad for the listener that like hears that in the background and starts looking
Yeah.
for their kid. And it's like, is that Timmy? What's going on?
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
No, that's just our children
hmm
acting crazy.
Yeah. Cause I mean, we have such little time,
Yeah.
like where they're completely out of the house that,
I dream about those moments.
well, so actually I didn't really talk too much about what I do, but, I'm self-employed and, yeah, I kind of like break down my day in terms of like the tasks I can do
Hmm.
during those precious hours without the kids. So I'm doing like I call them like cognitively intense, like real work kind of tasks. And then I have all my tasks for like when the kids are home, things that I could do with interruptions, but still like work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all the housework stuff. I have a new policy basically like I never clean if no one's watching.
I love that.
Yeah, because like my kids like first went to daycare and I realized I could do like a whole day's worth of cleaning in like an hour if I'm alone.
Yeah.
That's how I always did it. And I've listened to an audiobook and it was really nice.
Yeah.
But the school day is a lot shorter here in Switzerland than it was in Italy, so I have a lot less of those times without the kids. And so yeah, now my new policy is don't clean if no one's watching, which is basically it works two ways. It makes me
Yeah.
focus on work when I'm alone,
Yep. That's
and
good.
the kids see what goes into them having clean clothes
Yeah.
and having a clean house and having
Yeah. It doesn't
food.
magically happen.
Yeah, and they've been actually helping more and more with this stuff, especially the 8-year-old. But then
Oh,
the 5-year-old wants to get in on it too.
yeah.
Like like folding. I'll do some more air
Yeah.
quotes here, like folding towels, and so I keep banging the table. Sorry. Yeah, they'll help with like some folding of like towels and
Hmm.
like kitchen rags, and yeah, it doesn't look like it would look if I did it,
Yeah.
but they did it, and that's really cool. That like they're finally
Abby's
helping.
Yeah, Abby's tried to fold before and I cringe watching her, but I'm like, I'm not
hmm
gonna stop it and I'm not gonna correct it because she's
Yeah,
trying and I'm just gonna give her all the praise she needs.
yeah,
That's a
and
good
the 8-year-old can pretty much get her laundry from hanging on the drying rack into her closet.
yeah.
Um, the 5-year-old is less motivated and less able.
Yeah.
And like I have handed her a folded stack and she just kind of places it in the closet. So now we do it together. And the more we do it together, at some point she'll do it. And
Yeah.
then just like if you have like in a work situation, like it takes you longer to train someone than to just do it yourself. But
Yeah.
eventually they're trained to do it.
Yeah.
Um, so.
Yeah. No, I have to I'm still perfecting my cleaning routine because now I have a new shift
Mhm.
with work and I'm like, okay. And I have a second job. So now I'm trying to like figure out when do I clean and when do I do this? And when, like, even with my real estate job, I still have to do client. If every interaction I have with a client, I have to do client notes. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a phone call, a text message, I have to put it into my notes. When do I do my notes? When can I clean, make dinner, fold laundry? I'm still trying to work that out, and
Mm-hmm.
without giving myself too, too much structure, and I rebel. Too little structure, and I don't do anything. And I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to find that balance for
Yeah, I've kind of
myself.
fallen into doing like a bit of cleaning at the end of every meal. Because
Yeah,
like you have to clean up every meal anyway. So like that process sort of just expands a bit.
yeah,
Um, Partially, I think what kind of started that was you really have to vacuum after every meal. I
yeah,
didn't do it that religiously in Italy, but here something about that like giant room of smooth wood floors. You just see like you see those crumbs so bad, or maybe because we have so many windows, the light hits it and it just like looks
yeah,
gross. So
yeah.
like real quick, grab the cordless vacuum. If you don't have a cordless vacuum, I recommend everyone switching to it. Like I think if you're the men are always like it's not as powerful as the corded
Yes,
vacuum, and it's like
yes.
it's still pretty freaking powerful. And it's like that small difference between having to like take something out and plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I take out my vacuum at least like 3 times a day or so,
Yeah,
and it's because it's cordless and it's so fast. But yeah, once I'm vacuuming a little on the table, then it's like, well, let me vacuum the couch, and
yeah.
the cat's litter box area. It's always, ugh. Um, and then yeah, like around like so after each meal, it's like a little bit of cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just stuff like windows where I'm not sure where I'm supposed to fit that into my life, but
I'm
yeah, that's a
trying.
sometimes thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying a new thing where I give each room a day, or each
Mm-hmm.
like bedrooms. That's multiple rooms, but that's a day. So I'll come home and try to like clean that room. But then there's the daily stuff like cleaning up after a meal, dishes,
Mm-hmm.
laundry has to be done every day. Huh. I'm
You
just
do
trying to.
laundry every day?
My goal is to do laundry every day.
I'm probably more like every other day. Maybe it's like so we have a dryer here in Switzerland. We don't have a dryer in Italy,
Yeah.
but we still almost never use it. We put things on like a drying rack,
Yeah.
and like the drying rack never goes. We probably should be like arranging it better into like a permanent fixture because like it's pretty much always out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because like you put away one, put out new.
Yeah. No, I try to do Sundays sheets. Monday is I do my husband and I do just our laundry. Tuesday is kids. Wednesday is towels. Thursday is my husband and I. Friday kids, and Saturday I kind of do like my husband likes his socks washed a very specific way because he likes white socks, so I have to bleach them. So
Okay.
I'll do his socks, and then like sometimes I'll take all the. We all have a blanket in the living room, so I'll take all the blankets sometimes on Saturdays, throw them in the wash, or I'll wash bathroom mats. Or so Saturday's kind of like a
What
swing
about
laundry day.
sheets?
Sunday sheets are
Sheets are
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I my kids got bunk beds when we moved, and I
yeah,
hate it so much. I knew I would hate it because I remember I had bunk beds for some years when I was younger. My mom talked about like how annoying it is to make a top bunk bed.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I hate it, and I have not been good about doing it every week, but trying my
yeah.
best in a
When
mediocre way.
yes, we went on vacation and my girls had bunk beds just for vacation, and I could tell that the top bunk for Abby was a mess. So I just wanted to go straighten it up, and I was like,
Hmm.
"This sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
This sucks."
Yeah, and also like the Swiss culture is a fitted sheet and then a duvet and a duvet cover.
And nothing else.
No, but you wash the duvet cover like you would wash a top sheet. And actually,
Okay,
this was a big thing on the internet. Like that, I always grew up with a top sheet, but apparently, lots of people. Are you top sheet people?
top sheet. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like I grew up 100% top sheet. But apparently, there's like this whole other half of the world that's like, what do you need that for? Just wash your duvet cover. Um, and then it's sort of like, well, if you have like something more fancy for your duvet cover or for your quilt, like you don't want to
yeah,
wash that every week because it's like
yeah,
something a little fancier. But it works pretty well. And then, but still, like I had to like learn how to like really put a duvet in a duvet cover because like even though
that sounds like a bitch.
It's actually Peter, kind of like my partner, helped me like kind of figure it out a bit, because like
Yeah.
I was always so bad at it. I like always like ended up crawling inside like it's a tent, and like the most comical, ridiculous thing. And then like, but if you know how to do it, it's not so bad. Although like it took me like, because yeah, I had one in
Oh,
I had one,
sorry.
but the kids didn't have one before. And then but I also had one in the house that I rented out, and I would wash that every single time, and it was just like I hated it. I was just really bad at it.
I just like the idea of like, where's Kate? Oh, she's just in the
Just
duvet
inside
cover.
that duvet cover, crawled inside
She's
trying to
just
line up the corners.
hopefully not crying trying to line up the
No,
corners.
just
That
like
would be me.
sweating. It's like
That would be me. I
it's
cried.
hot in
I
there.
cried trying to parallel park before.
Oh, I like learned it to get my license, never used it.
Same.
And then I remember once like having to do it and just like losing it.
We were at my husband and I. This is years ago, pre-kids. I don't even know if we were married yet, but we went to the Lehigh Valley Mall, which at the time was still like very, very busy Christmas weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Not Christmas, I'm sorry, like Thanksgiving weekend. Very, very busy. Black Friday, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to parallel park, and he was with me, and I just started crying. It was just too much stress, too much pressure.
Just to switch. I have no shame just being like, hey, can you park? Let
It
me
didn't
just
occur to me. I just sat and cried, and we had a fight because
aw.
it was too much stress. But then, fast forward years later, we were down at the shore, and my in-laws rented a house, and we couldn't leave our car in the driveway because we weren't allowed. It was like a shared driveway in their car,
Mm-hmm.
and they rented it. Their car was in the driveway.
Fine, yeah.
And if you've ever tried to find street parking in a shore town, it's not
Mm.
easy. And we're circling and circling, and
Oh.
um, I'm just getting pissed and frustrated because I just don't want to be doing this anymore. There are no spots. I I just was to say I was done was an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a spot, and in my rage, I was like, "There it is." Went in, boop, I did it, and I said to my husband afterwards, I was like, "Did I do it?" And he got out of the car. He goes, "You did a really, really great first attempt." And I was like,
Oh.
"Oh," and he's like, we just gotta fix a couple things." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So
That's nice. I like haven't really had a car like since high school, because I was in Boston, San
yeah,
Francisco, and then Rome. But in San Francisco, I would rent like the hourly rental cars all the time.
yeah,
And since I was never that good at parallel parking to begin with, I got really good at doing it on the left side,
really,
because people who are good at parallel parking still don't like parallel parking on the left, because like
okay,
you only parallel park on the left if it's a one-way street, but in San Francisco it's a lot of one-way streets.
yeah.
And so we'd always find spots on the left because people don't want to parallel park on the left side. So I
Oh.
actually got really good at parallel parking on the left side, but like never really learned to do it normal. Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That's too funny.
All right, Lisa, should we start wrapping it up?
I think so.
All right, what information did anyone listening need?
Well, they can come and visit us on Instagram at MediocreMomsCo, and feel free to email us questions or any types of stories that you guys have at hello@mediocremomsco.com.
Yeah, it's MediocreMomsCo.com is also our website, and we can put links
Yes.
to all those things there as well.
Yes. Yes. And we are here every month because we are mediocre and that's
Yeah.
how we roll. So we're
Yeah, I
here
think once a
every
month
month.
is a realistic goal.
Yes.
Yeah, so please do subscribe at wherever you get your podcasts. If we have done our job right, it should be in all of the places, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and hopefully all the other ones as well. Look, here's the cat telling me I've had enough quiet time. Um, and we're also uploading this as a video podcast.
Yes.
I don't know all the places that video podcasts work, because that's how new we are at this. Our very first podcast for both of us. So please be kind and understanding. But that'll be up on YouTube and Spotify for sure, and maybe some other places the video will be here. But yeah, we are recording video as well. So that's
Yay.
available if you want it.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, because Yeah, no, this was our first try, so you know.
We're
So
a
it's
little
really
rough.
nice of you to listen all the way to the end. That's
Yes, we made
really
this
nice of you.
far. My God, big hug.
Yeah, big hug. Yeah, thanks for being here with us.
Okay.
And we'll see you next month.
Yeah, see you next month.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.